Hey everybody, it's Brittany. Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing my first ever book review. But before we get into that, if you enjoy this video or you enjoy me, feel free to like and subscribe down below. You can turn on notifications if you want, but I don't guarantee I'll be updating regularly. So sorry. You can turn on your notifications though. I don't care. So, today's book review will be on Calvin. And I have tried to say this author's name, but I really don't want to butcher it. So I'm just gonna zoom in nice and close. Okay. And then, see, it's titled Calvin. And it says, just because you see something doesn't mean it's really there. So, basically a hallucination. I can't English. Anyway, you'll also notice that on the side I have a library sticker on it. This book review series will partially be in coordination with my library. I talk to them, I'm borrowing the books, I'm reviewing them, I'm bringing them back, I'm dropping, speaking of dropping things, I will be dropping my local library's link down into the description. Go ahead and check them out, check out the other stuff. If you live near us-ish, you can probably benefit from the systems and programs. Anyway, let's actually get into this book review part of the book review. So, Calvin is a 17-year-old boy who believes he is strongly connected to Bill Watterson's Calvin and Hobbes. The reason why he believes this is he was born on the day the last strip was published. He also has a best friend named Susie, Susie is I believe how you say it. And his grandpa put a stuffed tiger in his crib named Hobbes. Now, I'm sure you already can see where this is going based on the front cover, but I'm going to keep talking about it. Brief summaries. So, what starts happening is Calvin starts seeing the giant tiger named Hobbes following just slightly behind him. And what ends up happening is he ends up blacking out in school. And he gets sent to the hospital. And he gets diagnosed with schizophrenia. And he's saying, no, I don't need meds. I'm fine. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go find Bill Watterson. I'm going to take a pilgrimage and walk across frozen Lake Erie to go meet this author so he will write one final strip without Hobbes so Calvin could be cured. That being said, that's roughly the idea of the book, is him and Susie go on this adventure across frozen Lake Erie to see what's going to happen. So, honestly, this book was really good. It's a very short but quick read. Those of you who like realistic fiction, even though it takes place in the 1990s-ish area, I want to say, it's still really good. You can apply what's said in this book and things that happen in this book to later in life. I'm not up to date on Calvin and Hobbes characters, but if Bill Watterson is dead, I guess that would be the part, or if he doesn't live in Cleveland anymore, that would be the part where you're like, well, that's not realistic. How could have that been true? In that case, you can just believe it as historical fiction, because it takes place back in the day. It just falls under that general fiction area that's like the balance between the realistic, the historical, but together it's both teen fiction. You know what I mean? Because it's the YA book. Anyway, enough rambling about its genre. The writing style, I think, is very neat. The way the author went about writing it is something I really hadn't seen before, and I thought that was really cool. So if you're into different writing styles that aren't like the status quo, definitely check her out. This book is really good. Another thing is with this book is the chapters are choppy, short and choppy, which is a personal preference of mine even in longer books, because I feel like I'm getting somewhere quicker, like I'm getting through the book quicker, and then, like, for me it's like a motivator, like, oh man, I can do this, I'm on chapter 5 or whatever, I'm only like maybe 20 pages in sometimes, but I'm like, chapter 5, yes. I don't know many books who have chapter 5 on page 20, but it was just an example. Anywhoosies, I'd say if I were to personally rate this book on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give it a 8. There were some things I liked about it, and there were some things I didn't like about it, and mind you, this is my personal opinion. So, definitely would recommend if this is something you'd be into, whether you have a mental illness or you're just like, okay, what are people like that haven't? Not saying that Calvin sets the status quo. Totally not saying that. I mean, if you've read other books and you just want to see how other authors portray it, that's fine. This is a really good book for that. So that, I think, is going to be all for this book review. Short, sweet, and simple. So if you would like a book talk following a review when I specifically share what I liked without giving any spoilers, please comment that and let me know down in the comment section, all of that. I'll be sure to include my library's link in the description. If I can, I'll get a link to their Facebook page. So, with that being said, I'm going to go get reading on the next book, and I wish you happy reading, my little crazy Girandas.